Watkins Glen International is the home for the Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money Race this Sunday, November 3rd, 2013. We are live with the Indy cars here at the Watkins Glen International Speedway. 44 laps around this entertaining road course that's going to be nothing but entertaining for each of these Sunday Money drivers. It's going to be 31 drivers taking the field tonight, and only one can walk away with the big prize and a big boost going into the three-race chase for the Sunday Money Championship. You're watching Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money action live on ETV Live. Good evening, race fans. I am Joe Cortez, joined tonight by a very special guest announcer. Our Cora's very own administrator, Alan Larson, will be joining me in the booth momentarily. Should be a very entertaining evening here at the Glen. So as we mentioned just a moment ago, time is running out for each of these Cora drivers. Time and more importantly, races to get in the championship are running out. Let's go ahead and go take you through the points. Top 10 real quick. It's Dale Smalley and right now in the lead with 44 points over Dallas Miracle. Michael Churchma in third. Galen Gidman in fourth. Nathan Sedlak in fifth. Gary Bauer, Mark Montanari, Everett Lane, Jay Anderson, Ben Manning, Michael Johnson, and Joel Wood rounding out your top 12 right now for the chase. Only a couple races left, well, two races including this one, before we go to the three-race chase for the Cora Sunday Money Championship. Alan Larson now joining me in the booth. And Alan, it's been a very fun season, but a very big test of driver ability tonight as we go to Watkins Glen International. Last week, it was Charlotte in the late models. Tonight, it's Watkins Glen in the Indy cars, two absolutely different styles of driving.
Totally 100% 180 flip from what we did last time. So, yeah, it really tests the abilities and the agilities of these drivers, and I think it's going to be a real interesting race.
Now, as we talked about last week, 2 weeks ago, October 20th, we were at Charlotte for the Cora Charlotte 100. It was a late model race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That was won by Mr. Setup Analyzer himself, Mark Montanari. Also placing in that race, Dale Smalley, your points leader, second. Everett Lane, third. Garrett Atwell, fourth. John Pansula, fifth. Michael Churchma, currently high in points, ended up 12th in that race. So a lot of ground need to be made up by those drivers if they want to have a strong positioning in the points going into the three-race chase for the championship, Alan.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Of course, everything will reset as far as the points for the top 12 after the 10th race, which is next week, I believe, is the last race before the chase. And things will shake up a little bit as far as, who's in the... We kind of got to look at that, 10th, 11th, and 12th and kind of keep an eye on that too, and, see who might move in and move out of the, that area.
Now, more importantly, they call this the Sunday Money Race for a reason. Everyone, or the top 10 at least, walk away with some big money at the end of the night. $50 to first place, $30 to second, $20 to third. And if you have a good season, that money can add up in a hurry. A $5 investment is all it takes to potentially win up to $50 every night. Not to mention the bonus for the pole, the bonus for the best safety the driver with the most safety points, and the lotto winner. What's tonight's lotto lap, Alan?
It's number 13. Lucky number 13 is the number for tonight. So the driver that qualified 13th and the driver that finishes 13th will both receive $5 as well.
So lucky number 13, the driver who finishes 13th will walk away with a little extra money as well tonight. Ought to be a very entertaining race tonight. Don Stevenson will start on the pole tonight. He's a guy that we haven't heard a whole lot from this season, but I've got a feeling that he's going to be giving us a show tonight. Is he going to start on the pole, leading 31 drivers throughout this race this evening? Eric Davis, Nathan Sedlak, Terrence Donovan, Gary Bauer will be your top 5 tonight, which means we're going to have a great lineup at the front to show these guys how to do it. Watkins Glen International. 2 notes here that really entertained me, Alan, that we were talking in the drivers' meeting today. Number one, this isn't going to be the traditional Cup Sprint Cup Watkins Glen race we see. There's going to be no bus stop and no boot to drive through, so it's going to be a real test for speed on these very nimble Indy cars.
Yes, that it sure is. We back when we ran the truck series, we ran the bus stop. We didn't run the boot, but that was interesting with them trucks. But it kind of created a little bit of extra. That we wanted to take away from these Indy cars because they're a little bit harder to handle.
Let's go ahead and take it down trackside for the pre-race ceremonies.
Cora Sunday Money series is on the air. We are here live on LSR TV, ETV Live, and Cora's Sunday Money series are being brought to you by Kohl's, Wheelborg Truck Center, Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Berkey, Painting and Sandblasting, Redwood Falls, Minnesota, where you get quality work for a great price. Hurley Property Maintenance, Kingston, Ontario. Mark Competition Karting, New Jersey. Dale Smalley Drywall, Sophia, South Carolina. Small Town Computers, Vermontville, Michigan. Mark Montanieri's Sim Racing Setup Analyzer at teamnpr.org. Cora's drivers have competed in one of 3 qualifiers held each week prior to a Sunday Money event. Those drivers that qualify for Sunday Money will be competing for over $2,000 in cash this season. Now let's go trackside for the pre-race ceremony.
We ask that you all rise, and gentlemen, please remove your caps, as Reverend Dusty Dent gives our pre-race invocation.
Dear Lord, let us pray. We want to thank you, Lord, for all we have. Dear Lord, we ask you that you protect those men and women who serve us both here and abroad. And oh Lord, we give thanks to those who have served us and have given that ultimate sacrifice that we may enjoy the liberties that we have today. And oh Lord, we ask you that you give these drivers the skill and the good internet connection so that we may be given a race like no other. Lord, we ask you that our racing give us the green-white checkers that we so deserve, and that we may enjoy an exciting race to the finish we all want to see. Lord, may you heighten the senses and protect these drivers so that they can give us a 3-wide door-banging race to the checker flag tonight. And can we all say amen? And I'll say amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we proudly introduce Jaden Berkey to sing our national anthem.
God be the Lord, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And now at this time, the 5 sons of our CEO, James Brown, Alex, Andrew, Nick, Cody, and Ethan, will deliver the 4 most famous words in all of automotive racing. Good luck, drivers. To all those watching, it's time to sit back, relax, and strap it down. Let's go Sunday Money Racing, Cora style.
Okay.
And that concludes your pre-race ceremonies here for Cora at the Glen. It's Indy cars here at Watkins Glen International Speedway. Indy cars rolling off to start the parade lap. Let's go ahead and take you down the starting lineup. Don Stevenson starts the pole in the 18 machine, 57.174. His time here at the Glen. Eric Davis in second, the 65. Nathan Sedlak, the 35 machine, in third. Terrence Donovan, the 73, in fourth. Gary Bauer, the 07 machine. He will start fifth tonight. Brian Simpson in the 7 machine starts sixth. Galen Gidman in the 04 starts seventh. Sal Accardi in the 39 starts eighth. Dallas Miracle currently sitting second in points. He will start ninth in the 48 machine on the end in row number 5. It'll be Travis Brown in the 33 starting 10th.
Yeah, and in 11th, we got Michael Churchma. Starting 12th will be Michael Johnson. Gordon Berkey in the 17 car. Then Ben Manning in the 14th place. Dale Smalley will be starting 15th. Again, he is our points leader. Number 32 will be 16. It will be Ryan Borgs. James Brown, number 11. Then Everett Lane will be 18th. 19th will be Jay Anderson. And 90 will be the 20th. And that's Mark McFadden.
James Thorndike starts 21st in the 59 machine. John Pansula in the 61 starts 22nd. Rex Buchanan in the 43 starts 23rd. Joel Wood is the first driver not to take time on the field. He'll start 24th. Carl Jones, David Parks, Garrett Atwell, Michael Whitlock, Ashton Crowder, Marcus Babb, and Colton Berkey, all electing not to take time tonight. That will round out your field of 31 drivers, all of which had to qualify throughout this week in one of the 3 Cora qualifiers for tonight's Sunday Money race.
It looks like we've had a little bit of an incident on the pace laps here. I think the officials here are going to have to call a caution there for we're going to be another lap or 2 before we're going to go green.
Well, something they did talk about. Oh, no, we're going to go green flag racing. It's going to be Eric Davis and Don Stevenson on the front row, and they are going to take off. It looks like no yellow flag yet, unless I'm missing something.
Yep, the caution has been thrown.
Your administrator goes the caution flag on lap number 1. We're going to go ahead and take a couple more parade laps here and reset the field. Something we talked about in the drivers' meeting, Alan, was the fact that this is going to be a race that will require a lot of patience. 44 laps doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you consider it's Watkins Glen, you have multiple turns to negotiate, not just left-handed turns to negotiate, plus a whole lot more distance to consider. It does make an absolute difference in how you need to manage your race, how you need to manage your car, and how you need to manage other drivers out there on the field. Without those 3 factors, in consideration, I should say, it's going to make for a very long night of racing that nobody wants to lengthen.
Yeah, I think the first thing, when we do go green, that first entry into turn 1 is going to be the key, because you got to get through turn 1 to finish first. First, you must finish. So we'll see what happens.
I think something each of these drivers are cognizant of tonight is the fact that this race will not be won on lap 1 or maybe even lap 5, not even lap 10, but it's not over until it's absolutely over. And, because this is such a big track, incidents are going to have to be called out by the drivers. They're going to have to be proactive in managing themselves and managing other drivers around them, which will make for an added challenge for each of these drivers.
Yeah, it sure will. And it's the thing I like about the Cora Series is that, we do so many different things. Last week was the late models at Charlotte. This week is Indy cars. Next week is legend cars at South Boston, short track style. So you really got to be good all across the board to compete and win a championship here in the Sunday Money Series.
Championship Online Racing Association does qualify 3 nights a week for a shot at the Sunday Money. Drivers pay the $5 entry fee. Then that percentage of fees are added up and up for grabs Sunday night tonight during the Sunday Money Series. Winners win a trip to the bank. Visit them at Cora-Racing.com. Cora-Racing.com, home of the Championship Online Racing Association and the Sunday Money Series. And what makes this season so interesting to me is that this is a very accessible season to run in. $5, if you get in that qualifying group, you're guaranteed a shot at the show. At the most, you're only out $5 to $10 a week in order to have a shot at 50 plus every week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for the little bit of an investment in if you compete every week and are in the finish in the top, 3 or 4 even every week, you can put quite a little chunk of change in your pocket, and that that always helps.
Actually, I should rephrase that when I say $5 a week. It's $5 if you make it into the show. $3 to enter the qualifying race, and then an additional $2 to enter in the Sunday Money race itself. So $5 to be in the show every week. Not a bad investment and not a whole lot of risk, especially, if you can race a clean race, you get your money back. If you can win the pole, you get your money back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we pay out 14 positions altogether, and with a possible field of 36, if we take 12 from each, that's almost exactly half the field that can make that trip to the bank on Monday after racing on Sunday.
Cora-Racing.com, the brand new website and home for the Championship Online Racing Association. You want to get yourself on TV, check them out. Very easy to find yourself here on the Sunday Money Series. So pace car still on the track. We're still trying to sort this out real quick. Just to give you an idea of who's running the top 10. It'll be Don Stephenson still on the pole, Eric Davis, Nathan Sedlak, Terrence Donovan, Gary Bauer, Brian Simpson, Sal Accardi, Galen Gidman, and Travis Brown, and Dallas Miracle, all starting in your top 10. And the storyline I'm interested in following tonight, our points leader, Dale Smalley, is starting all the way back in 17th position. Now, he's not at a whole lot of risk to lose his points lead right now. He's currently up by 44 points over Dallas Miracle, but Dallas Miracle starting 10th and Michael Churchma starting in 11th. Both those drivers have a great opportunity to jump on the points and get a little bit of advantage on the leader before the chase in one more race after this one.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to, like you said, you're not going to lose your position in the chase, so the points will be reset. But the bonus points are important too for winning a race or whatever. So where exactly you're going to start in that chase once it resets.
The chase itself going to challenge each of these drivers and their abilities as pace car lights go off. We'll start the race on lap number 4 tonight, so it will be a 41 lap race for the money tonight. The chase for the cup will challenge each of these drivers' abilities, as you have 3 different tracks, 3 different distinct cars at 3 different distinct styles of racing. The first race, December 1st, 2013, will be the trucks at Charlotte for the Coles Weekberg Truck Center Charlotte 200. Then join us December 8th for the Indy cars at Richmond for the Burke Painting and Sandblasting Richmond Indy 150. You won't want to miss that. And then the big season finale, December 15th, 101 miles around the big monster itself. It's Mark's Competition Karting Talladega 100 in the trucks. So it'll be trucks, Indy trucks to finish out the chase, to finish out this season. And those are 3 races I guarantee are all going to be barn burners.
Oh, absolutely, and I can't wait. It's going to be real interesting getting down to the end of the season there and keeping a close eye on the points and watching things as they go. It's going to be really interesting.
The drivers go past the bus stop. Remember, the bus stop and the boot are not in play tonight, so it is going to be a test of speed for each of these very low, very squat, very nimble little Indy cars as they whirl around Watkins Glen International here in Watkins Glen, New York. Don Stephenson, he said he found his setup online in one of the iRacing forums. He's going to put it to test tonight against some of the best drivers in iRacing. He's going to gamble a big chunk of money, $50 at least, on the fact that setup is as good as they say it is on the forum. So Don Stephenson, all eyes will be on him and the 18 machine. Eric Davis, Nathan Sedlak, Terrence Donovan, Gary Bauer all want to make a big name and walk away with a little bit of money for themselves as well. Pace car is off. We are starting the race on lap number 4. As soon as they cross the line, it is green flag racing, and here we go. Don Stephenson letting by Ben Manning. Ben Manning looks like wave around a little bit as we're back to racing now on lap number 4. Don Stephenson, your leader, and the caution flag's out once again.
Yeah, a little bit of a mix-up in the lineup there. We had to get the waiver on there from the incident that happened on the pace laps there and make sure we have a fair start for everybody.
So as they get it sorted out, let's go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. We are still waiting for the clean start here at Watkins Glen International. It's going to be a shootout for the Sunday Money. Stay tuned, race fans, and when we come back, we'll be going green flag racing with the Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money.
It's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4 to the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR iRacing. Inside SimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
Looking for a crew chief? The next best thing is Mark Montanari's Sim Racing Setup Analyzer. As you test the car, enter data into the analyzer. It'll give you real recommendations to make your changes. Join the ranks of some of the fastest guys in sim racing. Get the equalizer and start turning your wrecks into wins at the click of a mouse. The Sim Racing Setup Analyzer, the only crew chief you'll need in iRacing. But check it out at setupanalyzer.com. The man behind that, Mark Montanari, he won last week here in the Cora Sunday Money Series. He walked away with $50 after that big late model race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Entertainingly enough, even though he's currently sitting in a chase position to be in the chase in 2 weeks, or in 4 weeks, I should say, not here tonight.
Yeah, he had some medical issues that he had to deal with this week, and something with his back, and wasn't sure that he'd be comfortable sitting in the seats, so he decided to take this week off.
Certainly our thoughts go out to him tonight, as we sure would love to see him back here in the Sunday Money Series. Pace lights should go out this time by, so we'll go to racing on lap 7 when we go back to Green Flag Racing to start tonight's race, which will make us a very interesting opportunity for each of these drivers. Pace lights stay on, it looks like. We'll see when they go off, if and when they go off. But as I was saying, should make it a very interesting opportunity for these drivers. With every lap that clicks down under yellow flag conditions, it's one less lap they have to race competitively, and thus makes for an opportunity for them to capitalize and start making risky moves early in the race.
Yeah, I heard the one to go called out, but the pace car lights never went off, so it'll be interesting here if we actually go back to green here or not. We'll have to see.
So slow night of racing so far. If you're just joining us, you are watching the Championship Online Racing Association Indy at the Glen race, but we still have not exactly gotten the green flag start. We were promised a couple incidents to begin tonight's race. Have delayed that start, so we should be going green flag racing any moment now, and I have to wonder how much nerves are getting to each of these drivers tonight. You know, it's one thing to be unfamiliar with the car, be unfamiliar with the situation or the track, but it's a completely different situation to have all that come together at the same exact time, be very nervous, be very jumpy, and the next thing you know, you're making rookie mistakes you would never make in any other race.
Yeah, absolutely. I've tried my luck here, and the reason I'm sitting in the booth tonight is I don't have the intestinal fortitude to be as precise on these cars as you need to be. These things are really, really a handful on this track.
Well, the Indy cars tend to be a handful at any track. Unlike the closed wheel NASCAR style cars, the trucks, the Nationwide cars, the Sprint Cup cars, these handle and feel absolutely different. Plus, they're powered by V12 super engines, which means there's a whole lot of power and not a whole lot holding you to it. Just a safety harness and a prayer, making sure you get to where you get through the entire race. Not to mention, these cars are also wider than your typical NASCAR style car. They're also very much lower. Their center of gravity is so much lower, which means you can do things in these cars you would never be able to do in a Sprint Cup car, but that makes it all the more daunting because all it takes is one overcorrection and you're in the wall. Pace car lights finally off. It looks like we're going to go racing on lap 8. So Don Stevenson will be in control of this field when we go back to green flag racing in just a moment. Eric Davis, Nathan Sedlak, Terrence Donovan, Gary Bauer, your top 10 when we go back to green flag racing. And just to give you an idea of where your top 10 in points are sitting, let's go ahead and go through that real quick. Dale Smalley, your points leader, he will start 17th on this field. Dallas Miracle has a great start. He will start 10th. Michael Churchma, he's 3rd in points. He will start 11th on this field. Galen Kidman will start in the top 10. He's currently 4th in points. Nathan Sedlak, he'll start in the top 5 tonight, which is even great for him. Gary Bauer starts in the top 5 as well. Mark Montanari, our thoughts are with him as he's combating a little bit of medical issues tonight. We'll see him in 2 weeks. Everett Lane, I believe, did not take time tonight, so he's going to start towards the end of the field. Jay Anderson, Ben Manning, all scattered throughout this field as well. Check out Everett Lane, 8th in points. He'll start 18th beside Dale Smalley out there on the field. Michael Johnson and Joel Wood also in this field as well. Michael Johnson starting 12th on this field. So the majority of your drivers tonight, of your top points drivers, will start within the top 20 of this field. The exceptions being Joel Wood starting 25th tonight, and Ben Manning also starting outside of that. He'll start 26th as well. So an interesting mix tonight for the Sunday Money race We're about to go to green flag racing just a moment, and it will be Don Stephenson's field to control. A bunch of turns to negotiate here. My count has at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 turns to negotiate tonight of different degrees and different locations. Get ready for a lot of fun racing here at the Glen. It's Indy at the Glen with Championship Online Racing Association, the Sunday Money Series. All eyes on Don Stephenson as we go green flag racing. Green flag flies for the first time tonight. We are green flag racing on lap number 8. And they are not going to waste any time. After all those incidents, we already got a 3-wide battle going around the 39 position machine. That's Sal Accardi fighting off Michael Churchill, Brian Simpson. Travis Brown gets into the grass early. He's going to lose a lot of position. Drops from 9th to at least the 12th place position out there. Cars now starting to go single file throughout the field. Don Stephenson, the 18, he's first. Eric Davis, Nathan Sedlak, Terrence Donovan, Gary Bauer, your top 5, all single file. Battle now around the 7 car. That's Brian Simpson fighting the 88 of Michael Churchma. They're going to go 2 wide into the turn. Churchma on the outside. Simpson gets in the grass, uses the rumble strip to his advantage. Brian Simpson gets in position. Churchma now in trouble. He's going to force a checkup. Churchma force a checkup. The 48 now around. That's Dallas Miracle. The 48 goes around on the stretch there, and that could be the end of Dallas Miracle's night in the 48.
Yeah, he's right up there in the points too, so it'll be interesting to see if he can come back and regroup.
Dallas Miracle is going to get his car pulled behind the wall. He is done for the night. That is going to be a big hit for the man currently second in championship points this season. Laura, we'll see if we can have to get a replay on that. Hard break for Dallas Miracle. You're watching the replay now of the 48 machine. Just nowhere to go after cars check up in front of him. And then as soon as he checks up, he's in the grass, and as soon as he hits the grass, it's like driving on ice. Nowhere to go. As soon as he hits the pavement again, he gets in the 04, and that ends the night of Dallas Miracle. The 04 machine, that belongs to Galen Gidman, also in the points tonight. He took a hard licking on that as well, so that incident could have effectively taken out two of your potential chasers tonight.
And the 35 is around.
35 machine now in trouble too. That's Nathan Sedlak. He's got some front end damage as well. 3 of your chasers potentially out tonight. No front wing left on that nose. Nathan Sedlak, let's go ahead and go look at that replay real quick as he got around a little early there. Looks like he misnavigated the turn, tried to use a rumble strip to his advantage. Didn't work that way. Goes nose first into the wall, and he actually got into another car. That's Sal Accardi. Sal Accardi went barrel rolling throughout the back that straightaway and into the safety fence. Let's see if we can get Laura, get a camera on that 39 machine in the replay. That was an amazing roll that Accardi did after going airborne. So 3 of your chase contenders effectively out tonight. Sal Accardi, who is a strong competitor last week and this week, his night's effectively done as well. Each of these drivers being tested by the Glen, by this different car type, by this very difficult track. Back up front, we had a pass for the lead. Eric Davis in the 65 machine. He got around Don Stephenson, so we will have a new leader now on lap 11, 1/4 of the way through. When we cross the the start-finish line, Eric Davis now your leader, Don Stephenson in second.
Yeah, there are these drivers do have a couple of resets here in this race, so if they can get their car fixed and stay out of the melee, I mean, they can work their way back up through the field, but we'll have to see how it works out for these guys.
Galen Gidman back on track in the 04 machine, but he's currently scored 22nd, 1 lap down. Sal Accardi as well is back on the field, but again, 1 lap down out here with no chance of a yellow flag. That's going to make it incredibly difficult for these guys to get back on the lead lap. Let's really talk real quick, talk about tire strategy and fuel strategy here. 44 laps doesn't sound like a whole lot, Alan. How long are they going to be able to stay out here in these Indy cars?
Well, you can only do about 22 to 24 laps on a full tank of fuel, so we will have some pit stops as well, so that'll be figured into the equation as well.
Battle now looking around the 26th position. I'm looking at John Pansula in the 61 machine. He's already passed the number 00 of James Brown. James Brown will go a position down. John Pansula will pick up that position from him as well. Everett Lane, who was 24th, drops 2 positions to both those drivers. The number 1 machine not able. Looks like he's just mishandled the car earlier in the race, and that's going to cost him some position as well. The rest of your drivers starting to spread out through the field out here as we continue green flag racing. The next interesting battle looks like is around the 33 car. That's Travis Brown. Michael Churchma in the 88 has found his way to 6th, but he's going to get passed by Travis Brown when they cross the start-finish line. So Travis Brown, score him in the 6th position. Michael Churchma, who looks like he's got some front-end damage, he'll be down to number 7.
Yeah, and we did have a change for the lead again. Don Stevenson in the 18 got back around Eric Davis, so they're definitely fighting back and forth here. That's pretty interesting.
And Laura, let's see if we can get a picture of the nose of Michael Churchman in the 88 machine. He's currently placed in 7th. It appears that he's got some front wing damage on that Indy car that might ultimately affect his handling and affect his drive out there in the 88 machine. You can see it there on the right side of the car. There is definitely a little bit of wing damage that could affect the downforce on his car, which could ultimately affect the handling of this Indy car, which would make it even harder to drive, as if driving the Indy car on this road course wasn't hard enough. Don Stephenson in the 18 machine. He is taking the lead once again. So score him as your leader, 0.3 of a second at our last break over Eric Davis. So Don Stephenson, your second lead change of the night. He will pick up the lead out there on Eric Davis. And Terrence Donovan still back in third, 2.725 seconds back. That's the 73 machine. He looks like he's just happy to run his own race tonight. He knows if he stays in the top 5, he's going to at least get some money back. Top 10 all get paid out, but top 5 will get enough money to make it worth their while. And Terrence Donovan right now looking like he doesn't want to do anything that could jeopardize that.
Yeah, and then you got Gary Bauer and Travis Brown back there. They're only 2 seconds apart, and then another second back is Michael Churchma again, but I don't know with that damage on his car, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to keep up.
Looks like a battle between the 90 of Mark McFadden and the 39 of Salicardi. Salicardi gets by the 90 of Mark McFadden, the 39 machine, looking like he wants to do everything he can to get his lap back. Salicardi, after that major incident that saw him go face first into the safety fence there, he's currently scored 1 lap down in the 23rd position, but Salicardi doing everything he can, effectively driving the wheels, driving the Firestone Firehawk tires off this Indy car to try to get his position back out there on the track. So Salicardi doing everything he can to make hay while the sun is shining. The 90 of Mark McFadden is 8th, and then your points leader, Dale Smalley. He worked his way up from 17th to 9th in the 69 machine. Dale Smalley knows that you can't win the race on lap number 1, and it doesn't matter what he does tonight. He's still going to keep his points lead. He may not walk away with as much money as he'd like, but he's looking for a championship at the end of this season.
Yeah, we had another change for the lead up here. Eric Davis got back around Don in some lap traffic, and they're working through it now. But now we got Eric Davis back in the lead.
That's the 65 machine of Eric Davis. He is back in the lead, 25 hundredths of a second away from Don Stephenson. Now here comes Don in the 18 machine. He wants the lead back for what would be the 4th lead change of the evening. The number 18 gets into the grass. They are side by side through the turn, and it's going to be Don Stephenson who's got the advantage. The 18 machine, he wants the lead back. Can he keep it? He's got it by a nose right now. They're side by side. The 18 forced to check up, and the 65 Eric Davis retains the lead, and he's got a little bit of distance between him and Don Stephenson in the 18. This could be the battle for the lead all night between these two very qualified drivers.
Yeah, and they're coming up on some more lap traffic. It'll be interesting to see how they maneuver through it.
You're on board right now with the 65 of Eric Davis as he continues his run out there on the track. Nobody around him. He's got nothing but open road for himself out there, and he wants to keep it that way. Sounds like there might be some more trouble on the track around the 26 machine, who might have got involved in an incident as well out there. Also hearing the number 69 may have gotten some trouble as well. 26 did go around on lap number 15. So Marcus Babb in trouble. He's going to go at least one lap down and have to burn one of his resets early in the race. Now the 82 of Ashton Crowder, he was forced to go way out in the middle of nowhere to negotiate that very first turn. He's going to lose a lot of position as well. He is currently scored at the tail end of your field, one lap down, and that car might be having some issues. He's just not able to get on the gas at all.
Yeah, he's actually 7 laps down. I don't think he'll be in contention at all tonight.
Battle now around the 27 machine as the 27 machine of Garrett Parks lets the 64 and the 59 around. That's James Thorndike in the 59. That's Michael Whitlock in the 64. Now they're going to battle for position. Michael Whitlock score him in the 10th position, but he's going to pick up position now over Thorndike in the 59 machine. So 59 goes up to 11th. The 64, Michael Whitlock, he's in 10th, but he's going to pick up position right now, and so he will stay in position number 10. Both those drivers chasing your points leader, Dale Smalley, in the 69 machine, 9th place. Uh-oh, now Don Stevenson's in the wall. Don Stevenson has trouble out there. One of your leader contenders, heavy damage on the left side. Yeah, that could put him out of contention. Heavy damage for the 18 machine. Let's see if we can go back to the 18 machine to show you what happened to him negotiating the chicane there, the small chicane there. Looks like he just overdid it coming off of the other side of that chicane. Replay is up now. Right now you can see it. You see him coming off there hard off the chicane, and the 18 machine nowhere to go. Touches the outside wall, touches the inside wall. Heavy right side damage. Spins around, takes the nose off, as well as damages that left side. Very heavy. Don Stevenson, that could be his night. A lot of money out there just got burned away for that driver.
Yeah, I was actually looking at Don as being one of the favorites, but man, what a tough break.
So Don Stevenson in the 18 machine, major break. He is currently off the track. That could be his night. Opens the door for Eric Davis and Brian Simpson, who's now caught up in the second position. Gary Bauer third, Travis Brown fourth, and Michael Churchma currently third in points. He's worked his way up to fifth. Great opportunity for Michael Churchma right now to shave some points off of third place and potentially off of second place, as your second place driver Dallas Miracle, one lap down, currently scored in 18th. Let's go ahead and follow the 7 machine of Brian Simpson right now, currently in second, 8 seconds behind your leader. But I think after everything that's gone on tonight, he is just happy to be running out there all by himself in the middle of nowhere. This means he can just run his own race, and if he does it all correctly, he can walk away with a nice little bonus to his pocketbook. He's in front of him is a 79 machine of Joel Wood. Joel is one of your potentially one of your chasers right now. He is currently in the 12th position in points. He's the last man looking in for the chase. He's got a 60-point gap, 59-point gap, I should say, over Sean Dower. Joel Wood not looking to make any mistakes tonight. If he can stay clean, he might be able to solidify his position in the chase before the chase is over. Well, right now, all eyes are on the 65 car. That is Eric Davis out there on the field. 8 seconds now between him and the rest of the field, but he's going to have to come in here in probably, if not this lap, then definitely next lap for service. You see him now around the front stretch. He is going to pass by pit road this time, passes the service line to come down. He's going to come down either next lap or the lap after. Allen's, we were talking earlier in the race, these guys can go about 24 laps plus or minus.
Yeah, that is correct. About 24 laps is all you can get on a full tank of fuel here. So, pit stops are intimate.
Another guy will be looking for pit stops any minute now will be the 20 or the guy driving in the 22nd position. That's the one of Everett Lane. Everett Lane currently scored 8th in points right now. Everett Lane 2 laps down. He's going to need those pit stops to help him out to get back on the lead lap. And if he's able to negotiate those correctly, he might be able to find himself with a nice little boost. Battle now brewing between the 59 of James Thorndike and the 67 of Ben Manning for 10th and 11th. You watch them now going through into turn 1. Those two cars, the 59, the 67, back and forth. It looks like there's a battle brewing. Ben Manning taking his time, stalking the 59 machine. At what point are each of these drivers going to make it work? Side by side, Ben Manning has the advantage over James Thorndike, makes the pass cleanly. Now he's got to hold on to it through the next set of turns. Ben Manning gets through that right-handed turn incredibly well. He's going to pick up some position over James Thorndike. Thorndike in the 59 machine goes down to 11th. Ben Manning now finds himself in a money position as he's broken into the top 10. But still plenty of time between him and Michael Whitlock. Easily about 3-4 seconds between him and the 64 machine. You see the 64 machine now coming up to lap traffic. The 64 machine also trying to stalk the 69 of Dale Smalley, currently in 8th. And as we talked about earlier, Smalley could have an opportunity here to build on his points lead.
Yeah, Eric, he seems to have found a new zip code. He's just checking out, and as long as he keeps it clean and maneuvers lap traffic, he should be just able to ride.
Ride, Eric, ride. That is all his crew's telling him right now. Just have a good time out there in the car. Be mindful you're going to have to come in this time by. If not, you're going to have to come in the next time by for sure. Eric Davis in the 65 machine, still in first place right now. Nobody around him. 12 seconds between him and Brian Simpson after that incident with your pole sitter, Don Stephenson. That door has been absolutely open for him. So Eric Davis has a great opportunity to walk away with a very easy $50, all for showing up to the Sunday Money race here at Watkins Glen. Everyone on the lead lap is going to have to stop for fuel sooner rather than later. As you see him pass a couple slow cars out there, that is the number 9 machine of David Parks. He's having some trouble out there trying to limp through. Michael Johnson now on pit road. Your leader, Eric Davis, bypassing it one more time on lap 25. He's dangerously low on fuel.
Yeah, he's got to be getting pretty low, but them extra couple caution laps that we used to start the race, that could have helped him out a little bit too on the fuel strategy.
Dallas Miracle and Ashton Crowder officially calling it a night. Both of them disconnecting, and they will be done. Dallas Miracle will be scored somewhere around the 27th position, which will hurt him, but also opens the door for Michael Churchma, who's currently scored in 4th. If there's enough opportunity, Michael Churchma may not walk away second in points, but he could very easily walk away very close to second in points.
Yeah, we got our points leader right now. He's moved himself up to 8th place. He's if he can make a really big points today for himself.
Michael Churchma, 7 starts in the Sunday Money Series, no wins. Dallas Miracle has 2. So every point that Michael Churchma can pick up throughout this race in the 88 machine, every point that he can pick up, every opportunity he can to get near Dale Smalley and Dallas Miracle, that will only help him when we go to the 3-race chase. So we have a 3-race chase coming up in the month of December. Alan, let's talk about the big prizes for the big winners.
We got the championship coming up. We've got $150, I believe it is, going out to the champion. I'm about 90% sure of that. I think James is still working on the total payout list, but definitely worth fighting for it.
$150, nothing to sneeze at for winning the championship. Plus, Dale Smalley has picked up a lot of money along the way during this season so far. 1 win for Dale Smalley, currently 4 top 5, 6 top 10s. So in 6 of 7 races, he's walked away with at least enough money to cover his racing habit, let's say. Dallas Miracle in the same boat, 2 wins, 2 poles, 3 top 10s. Michael Churchma looking to make it another top 10, a fifth top 10 in the 7-race series, to make it a top 5, in fact. Michael Churchma in the 88 machine. You see him currently running in 4th with that car behind him. That's Garrett Atwell currently locked down in the number 4 machine. Michael Churchma can very easily walk away with some money and, again, put himself in a great position to walk away with $150 at the end of the season.
Yeah, our leader's coming up on some lap traffic again, but he's got to be running pretty low on fuel. I can't imagine he's going to be going too many more laps before he needs to pit.
Eric Davis in the 65 machine, still up front, out in the middle of nowhere by himself on lap 28. We're officially well over halfway through this race, but Eric Davis has no intention of pitting anytime soon. There's got to be a point where he has to make that call, and that call might be coming up in the next lap or so. Almost trouble for the 88 machine of Michael Churchma as he almost lost it going through the turn. Garrett Atwell behind him, watching him navigate, trying through those turns. Almost did not work for him. John Bansula, another regular here at the Cora Sunday Money Series, having a night in the 61 machine. We saw him run real strong last week in the late models at Charlotte. 2 weeks ago, I should say. This week, 2 weeks later, he looks like he's struggling out there. Currently 2 laps down in the 61 machine, and he's telling people, exactly where he's going, and he doesn't even sound too sure that he knows where the car's going himself.
Yeah, he's a little bit apprehensive.
He's now telling the car behind him, Brian Simpson, the 7 machine, to pass him on the right side. Now on pit road, James Thorndike in the 59 machine comes off pit road, 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. Nathan Sedlak, one of your guys looking to get in the chase, currently 5th in points. He's down on pit road in the 35 machine. 12th place for him. He's going to take 4 tires and a full tank of fuel, and he will be down and away. Your leader, the 65 machine of Eric Davis, still looking like he has no intention of pitting.
No, he sure doesn't. This is, like I said, them few laps we did under caution would have, given him a few extra laps, but man, he's really stretching it.
It'll be 15 to go when Eric Davis crosses the line this time. Bonnie, is he going to go down service road this time? Nope. He's going to bypass, and he's going to continue going through. It will be 15 laps to go at this juncture. Eric Davis still in commanding lead of this race. Brian Simpson, he's a guy who's had a quiet season all year, but look at him now. Brian Simpson making it work out here. He's in second, and he's looking to walk away with a very easy $30 just for keeping his car clean and keeping himself out front on this field.
Yeah, actually, I believe this is Brian Simpson's first race with us. He just came on board this last week, and I've been watching him all week, and he's a pretty good little driver. I'm really impressed.
So Brian Simpson making it work out here on the field. Brian Simpson 10 seconds away, but he doesn't care. For $5, he's going to walk away with 30. That is a $25 net gain for Brian Simpson if he can hold on for the next 15 laps. Travis Brown, the 33 machine, the next car out there in third. He's currently running 18 seconds behind. You see the 33 now catching up to the 90 of Mark McFadden. Mark McFadden is currently in the 11th position, 1 lap down. Only 8 cars remain on the lead lap, and Travis Brown is one of them right behind him in the 33 machine. Travis Brown, another guy who's had a quiet season throughout this season, but tonight looking to walk away with a big payday as a result of clean driving and knowing what's going on around you.
Yeah, let's see if Eric Davis decides to come on the pit road this time. I know he's got to be about running on fumes. Oh, we got somebody right in front of the leader just spun out.
Jay Anderson in the 29 machine. He is spun out. He spun out right in front of your leader. Very scary moments for the 65 of Eric Davis. Jay Anderson, let's see if we can get the replay on that, Laura. Looks like he just drove into the corner a little aggressively. You're seeing the replay right now. He just drove a little too aggressively coming off the corner. Missed the rumble strip entirely. Got into the grass instead, causing those Firestone Firehawks to spin. And that's going to put Jay Anderson straight into the wall. Heavy nose damage now. Heavy right side damage for the 29 machine. That's got to hurt. Eric Davis still no sign of coming down pit road. It's lap 32, and he has no intention. He's going to continue to get position on Brian Simpson, Travis Brown, and company. Gordon Berkey in the 17 machine, part of that father-son duo we talked about 2 weeks ago at Charlotte. He's now running 5th right now in the 17. Gordon Berkey, another driver, just kind of on his own right now. No one around him, no one in front of him, no one behind him. Gives him a lot of opportunity just to drive in and out and run his own race. If he can hold on, 5th wouldn't be a bad payday for Gordon Berkey.
No, it wouldn't be bad at all. But I know during the week I had talked to Gordon, and he said he really wasn't going to be competing for any money. He was going to try to get that lucky dog spot there, and what would tonight be the 13th place. So I think he's doing a little bit better than he thought he would.
You're on board with Berkey right now. A reminder, 5th place walks away with 10 American pesos. So he might be looking to double up tonight. I know he's looking just to get the lucky dog lottery finish. But tonight, as you ride on board with Gordon Berkey in the 17 machine, he's looking to walk away and at least double his money out there. So here's the payout schedule for those of you watching at home. Uh-oh, as Gordon Berkey right in front of him, you saw a car just go straight out into the seemingly into the wall out there. We'll have to catch up with that driver, but that is not what Gordon Berkey want to see.
And the leader is on pit road.
Leader is on pit road right now. Let's go ahead and follow him. It was the number 8 machine of Carl Jones that got stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Carl Jones, he did not touch the wall, but definitely scary moments for him. Let's go back to your leader. That's a 65 of Eric Davis coming on pit road. He is in the very first, the second stall as he qualified second tonight. It's going to be 4 tires and a full tank of fuel for Eric Davis. No tires, just fuel for Eric Davis. He fills up, and he's just going to get back on the road. 11 laps to go. Eric Davis does not want to do anything that could jeopardize his lead out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Gordon Berkey and all he does for the Cora series here. He is our vice president, but he's also a sponsor of Cora with his Berkey painting and sandblasting, and helps us up quite a bit. So we really appreciate that.
The 17 of Gordon Berkey now coming off pit road. Coming on pit road before him was Michael Churchman in the 88. You see the 17 of Gordon Berkey now in position number 6, coming off of pit road with only 11 laps left to go. Brian Simpson inherits the lead as Eric Davis comes down pit road, but can Brian Simpson hold on to it? That is the big question. We will find out when we come back. You're watching Cora live action from Watkins Glen International. It is the Sunday Money Series with the Indy cars at Watkins Glen. Stay tuned, race fans. We'll be back with the end of the night's race.
If you're a serious online racing enthusiast, you need Derek Spear Design, maker of high-quality, custom-built, and 50 caliber strong simulation racing products like button boxes, shifter pedals, component parts, and more. The advantage a championship sim racing driver needs. Rated 10 out of 10 by Inside Sim Racing TV. Check out his line of top-shelf sim racing products reasonably priced at DerekSpearDesigns.com and buckle in for a no-nonsense ride. DerekSpearDesigns.com today, cowboy.
Welcome back to Cora at the Glen. It's the Indy Cars for the Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money Series here at Watkins Glen International. During the break, Brian Simpson in the 7 machine came down pit road, relinquished the lead, and is now 12 seconds back once again. Time is running out. We are currently scoring lap 37 of 44 laps here. Eric Davis back in the lead as it looks like we have some troubles on the track. The 43 machine coming off pit road. No troubles on the track. We continue. Green flag racing without hesitation, but battle starting to heat up throughout the field. Salicardi in the 39 machine doing everything he can to try to get his laps back and at least show up for that lottery position. Currently scored in 15th. He's got to get around Michael Whitlock and Rex Buchanan to get into that lottery draw to win the $5 for being in the 13th position. Travis Brown still in 4th. In front of him, Gary Bauer now in 3rd. The 07 machine and the 33 machine looks like they're getting ready to dogfight here a little bit, and that is one of the money positions, the big money positions. 3rd place walks away with $20. 4th place walks away with $15. $5 doesn't sound like a whole lot to you and me, but for these guys, it is everything right now as time runs out. Travis Brown in the 33 machine overshoots that first turn, goes into the excess part, gets back in line, but he loses position on Gary Bauer in the 07 machine. Gary Bauer takes off, and now he's chasing down Salicardi. No position to gain there, but any car you can put in between you and another car is just as important.
Yeah, I think Travis Brown is trying his best to get up with Gary Bauer, and there's a battle brewing up here because he wants that 3rd position away from Gary Bauer.
$20 would be a quadrupling of your entry fees for the Sunday Money Series. So, hey, you know, it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it is when you're considering the money that's on the line out here. Travis Brown, he's driving it as hard as he can in that 33 machine, but it almost looks like he's overdriving. Let's go ahead and ride on board with the 33 machine as he goes into that very first turn. Remember, last lap he overshot it. Into this first turn he goes, hits the rumble strip perfectly, hits the rumble strip in front of him perfectly, and he is back on his game. He's chasing down Eric Bauer right now, but still about 9/10 of a second between them.
Yeah, and then you got Michael Churchma. He's pulling up a little bit too. He's only about 5 seconds back from Travis, and I know I've been watching Michael quite a bit, and he's pretty quick out here too. So I wouldn't count him out of the top 3 or 4.
So let's get now on the split screen. You're watching on the one side the bumper of Gary Bauer, on the other side the onboard with Travis Brown in the 33 machine. Both those drivers doing everything they can to make sure that the driver behind them stays behind them. Gary Bauer in the 07 machine at a strong running so far tonight, but by that number 33 machine of Travis Brown, he wants to do everything he can. As it looks like he's starting to have some electrical problems out there on the field. He goes away. Not exactly sure what happened to him. That could open the door for Michael Churchman to pick up some position. So Michael Churchman in the 88 machine, currently running in fifth, I should say. And Travis Brown back on track, and now he's starting to pick up position on Gary Bauer in the 07 machine. Your top 2 have checked out on this race. Now it's all up to 3rd and 4th for the battle right now. Those 2 cars are closing into each other, almost getting dangerously close. Travis Brown getting near the bumper, about 5 car lengths between Travis Brown and Gary Bauer. Now into the turn. Travis Brown makes up a lot of time. Can he do it on the other side of that turn? Yes, he can. We have a battle for 3rd. Travis Brown now on the inside. He once again at the first turn of this Watkins Glen track. Can he do it without overdriving the turn? 33, 87, or 07, both hit the turn perfectly, both still racing for position.
Yeah, I think Travis is going to use this backstretch here to catch a little bit of draft and get by him going into the next turn here.
5 laps to go. Travis Brown, Gary Bauer, battle for 3rd, battle for $5. Winner of this battle walks away with $20. Loser walks away with 15. Travis Brown still trying to position himself to get around the 07. 07 won't have it. He is running his marks just as perfect as the 33 is. Time running out. These 2 drivers both cognizant of that fact. They're both driving for pride. They're both driving for money as they continue to chase each other through the turn into the final turn of the lap. When they hit the stripe, I believe 42 laps in. He's going lap number 42, 4 to go.
Yeah, Travis got a little loose coming off that last turn there and lost just a little bit of time, but he's trying to gain it up here coming into turn 1, and he's got a run on him. There he goes.
He's got the run, and he gets it in a big way. Gary Bauer forced to give the position up to Travis Brown. Travis Brown scored him in the third position. The 07 of Gary Bauer scored him in fourth. Brian Simpson in the 7 machine relinquishes a second place position. Brian Simpson, not sure what happened to him, but he dropped all the way down to fourth. So this is exactly what Gary Bauer and Travis Brown both wanted, but Travis Brown is the one currently sitting in second. Now he's trying to get around the 61 of John Pansula. Pansula doing everything he can to let the 33 around him. The 33 now getting ready to make some moves.
Yeah, that 33, he's really coming on. He's gaining quite a bit.
Galen Gidman, your next retiree on the field. He was fourth in points coming into the night. Not sure where he's going to land as a result of retiring early tonight, but I know he had a hard run this evening, not able to get a handle on this Indy car here at the Glen, so go ahead and score him towards the end of this field, probably around position number 24 when it becomes official. Eric Davis, 22 seconds away from everybody else on the field with 3 to go. Eric Davis, it's his race to lose at this point in the 65, way out in the middle of nowhere by himself. All he's got to do is hold on for 2 more laps. Meanwhile, Dale Smalley, your points leader, is the next car immediately behind him. He's the last car on the lead lap. Check that Dale Smalley will go down 1 lap as Eric Davis got around him that last time by, but he's still holding on to a strong 8th position right now. Your points leader, Dale Smalley, in the 69 machine, still out there running great by himself. He'll have a good finish tonight. Travis Brown and Gary Bauer, the 33 machine and the 07 machine, still doing battle for position. And then don't count out the 88 of Michael Churchma. He gets around the 61 of John Pansula, and now he's trying to make a move with 2 laps left to go. But meanwhile, Bauer and Brown continue to chase each other down. So Travis Brown continues to have the advantage over Gary Bauer, but only 0.3 of a second between those 2 cars. It will be a 1-lap shootout between them. Now check that, race is officially coming to an end this time around lap 45. Eric Davis crosses the line. The 65 machine walks away with $50 in his Cora debut. It will be the 33 of Travis Brown, still battling with the 07 of Gary Bauer. As soon as they cross the line, the race is over. Travis Brown, Gary Bauer, into the last turn they go. Travis Brown has the advantage. Score the 33 machine in second. The 07 of Gary Bauer will be in third. Michael Churchma finishes fourth, and Brian Simpson finishes out fifth. Eric Davis gets a huge windfall out there with the retiring of Don Stephenson after that incident. Eric Davis, big finish out here. Big way to get $50 in the big show.
Yeah, good job, Eric. That was an awesome race. He just kind of had his own way with the field, man. He just checked out. That was awesome.
Stay tuned, race fans. When we come back from the commercial break, we will go back over the race here at Watkins Glen. We'll talk to your top 3, go over the top 5, and talk about the next races to come. Eric Davis, your winner tonight here at Watkins Glen. We will hear from him about his race in the Indy cars when we come back. Eric Davis, your winner of the Cora Sunday Money race at the Glen. We'll hear from him in just a moment. Stay tuned, race fans. We'll be back after this.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages Cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, Cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in a pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, Cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980.
44 laps complete here at Watkins Glen. It is Eric Davis finishing in first in the Indy cars, walking away with the big $50 Sunday Money purse. Travis Brown finishes second. Gary Bauer finishes third. Michael Churchma fourth. Brian Simpson fifth. Gordon Berkey finishes at sixth. Mark McFadden seventh. Dale Smalley, your points leader, in eighth. Garrett Atwell ninth. Michael Johnson finishes in the top 10. Salacardi, Nathan Sedlak, Michael Whitlock, James Brown, Rex Buchanan round out your top 15. Ben Manning, Everett Lane, John Pensula, Marcus Babb, Jay Anderson, your last 20. And finishing at the end of this field is Carl Jones, David Parks, James Thorndike, Galen Gidman forced to retire early, Joel Wood retiring early, Dallas Miracle involved in a first green flag lap incident. He retired in the 26th position. Your pole sitter, Don Stevenson, forced to retire after an incident. He will finish 27th. Terrence Donovan, Ashton Crowder, Colton Berkey, Ryan Borges round out the field of 31 tonight. But tonight it was all about Eric Davis winning the race here at Watkins Glen International. Coming out of his car, Eric, what a big finish for you. I'm sure you got to be excited and ecstatic about this big win tonight.
Yeah, Joe, I certainly am. It was a pretty heavy racer in the start there. I mean, until Don had some troubles behind me, but before that, it was really a pretty heated race. I was having a lot of fun there.
You and Don were battling back and forth all throughout the night, up until Don was forced to retire as a result of that incident. What was it like racing back and forth between you two? There seemed to be a lot of mutual respect there. How much fun was that, and what was that like?
That was good. Yeah, Don was very, very fair when it was racing out there. It was like I say, it was a lot of fun. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. It was good. It's good when you can race people like that. Give and take. That's what racing's all about.
Eric, your first big show here in the Sunday Money Series at Cora. Your first big win so far, batting 1,000 right now. Are we going to see you compete in any of the other races in the remainder of this season?
Like I was telling Alan before, Indy cars are my specialty, so I haven't really tried many of the other cars on the service, but I may be trying out the trucks or one of the NASCARs or one of the tin tops. I don't normally drive those, but I may give one a whirl. This is a lot of fun racing these guys.
And it's even more fun when you can walk away at the end of the night with $50.
Damn straight.
Eric Davis, it's shout-out time, my friend. Take the microphone. Any shout-outs you want to give, anyone you'd like to say hi to, it's all yours.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Al and I can't remember who else it was. Somebody else who'd mentioned Cora to me. It was this is, like I say, this has been a lot of fun racing here with these guys, and I'd just like to thank Don for having a very good race. It was great competition racing against him. Thanks.
Eric Davis, in his Cora debut, walks away with the big purse at the end of the night. Eric, congratulations on a big finish. Hopefully we'll see you back here sometime soon with Cora.
Sure. Thank you again.
Eric Davis finishing first tonight in the 65 machine. Travis Brown immediately finishing behind him. And Travis, I've got a feeling that you were not planning to finish in second, but you're certainly happy you did.
Oh, yeah, it's a really heck of a run. Gives us a lot of momentum heading into the chase.
Describe your race tonight. It looked like a lot of guys were a little unsure about the IndyCar, were very unsure about Watkins Glen. It was a recipe for disaster. How were you able to manage it and mitigate your way through the race tonight?
Well, I just really had to be up on the wheel during the pace laps pretty good. Had to dodge some crap there, and then under green, those first couple of laps were pretty hairy, so there's really no safe place tonight. But managed to get lucky. Gary and me and Gary had a really good run there. Well, thank him for running me clean. Hate that a lap car kind of screwed our run up, but it's awesome to be in second place.
Now, Travis, you coming into this race, you were 15th in points. You're on the outside looking in of the chase. Joel Wood, among others, forced to retire early tonight. This is going to definitely give a boost to your points and potentially some hope for making the chase after the race next week.
Oh yeah, that's my focus right now. I just want to make that chase, and runs like this are really going to help that case.
Runs like this definitely going to help your case out there. Looking forward to the next race. How are you preparing? What are you doing now to make sure that you're in the best place you can be for that race in 2 weeks?
Just testing, working on setups, talking to people like Dale Smiley and my teammates Martin and Daniel, and just trying to prepare. It's going to be a hard battle, but hopefully we can come out on top.
South Boston, the Legends. You won't want to miss it in 1 week's time, I should say. November 10th, we'll be back here with the Hurley Property Managed South Boston 150. Before I let you go, Travis, any shout outs you want to give? Anyone you'd like to thank? The microphone's all yours.
I want to thank Bart Competition Karting. I want to thank pad.org, Stay Alive, Don't Text and Drive, and David Wink at Storm Motorsports, all the Storm Motorsports guys, all my teammates at BMP, Dale Smiley, he's really helped me out a lot this season, and I appreciate it. Nathan Sedlick and Galen Gidman have also been a big help, and thank Cora, and what they put on was a lot of fun.
Travis Brown walking away with $30 tonight as a result of a big second place finish. Travis, congratulations on your finish. We'll see you next week for the Legends at South Boston.
Appreciate it. Y'all do a heck of a job.
Travis Brown finishing second tonight after a big battle with the 07 of Gary Bauer finishing third. Gary, you and Travis Brown just looked like you were having the time of your lives battling back and forth with each other towards the end. What was that level of competition like between you two?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Travis ran a good race. Congratulations, Derek and Travis, of course, first. But it was a lot of fun. I think we would have had a little bit more fun if there weren't so many slow lap cars in the way. We had no idea what they were going to do, and we were just trying to race around them. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Lap cars definitely seem to make this race a whole lot more interesting. But you, on the other hand, seem very comfortable in the car. You were very comfortable racing around traffic. Have you been doing a lot with this Indy car, or was this a new experience for you as well?
I've raced the Indy car quite a bit. I'm really looking forward to the Indy cars at Richmond coming up in our chase. That's going to be fun. It's almost like dirt tracking.
So tonight you were really able to show your skill in the IndyCar, walking away with a third place finish. If you had an extra lap, you had an extra 2 laps, do you feel like you could have walked away with a second place finish?
It was very close. I mean, I think him and I could have gone back and forth for the next 10 laps, and it just was there at the wire. I think we both kind of decided that, second and third's better than wrecked, and we were just going to leave it at that on the last couple laps there.
Now, Gary, more importantly, will we see you in a week's time for the Hurley Property Management South Boston 150 in the Legends cars?
Absolutely. I'll be there.
Anything you want to tell us about your preparations for that race next week?
Well, from what I understand, we have a very good setup. Our teammate Michael Vandesol has provided us with a very fast setup. I mean, all the practice rooms are going. We're pretty quick. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to spend a lot of time this week practicing and get ready for the race.
Gary Bauer driving the number 07 machine in with a third place finish tonight. Gary, before I let you go, any shout outs you want to give? Anyone you'd like to thank? The microphone's all yours.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. You guys do a great job. We appreciate ETV very much. Cora, for putting these races on. We really enjoy the people, and we know they have a lot of hard work and don't get rewarded very well for it, but I'd like to thank them. of course, my teammates, Dale Smalley and also Dallas Miracle, besides my teammates, very good friends. We're all a very close group. So thank you very much.
That's Gary Bauer in the 07 machine, finishing third for the night here at Cora Indy at the Glen. My special guest announcer, Alan Larson. Alan, great racing tonight. A lot of fun calling the race with you. Your final thoughts on what we saw here tonight at Watkins Glen.
Oh, boy. How do you sum it up in just a few words? You really can't. What a race. It was a really interesting race. Looking forward to next season because we're coming back.
I guess more importantly, after what we saw tonight, what adjustments, what changes are these drivers going to have to make for next week's Hurley Property Management South Boston 150 in the Legends cars?
Oh, man, it's 180 degrees, man. They're going to have to get their mindset different because this is a short track and a small car, and it's like driving a go-kart, coming out of an Indy car going into a go-kart, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be interesting how they can adapt.
Alan, real quick, let's give a shout out to Cora and everything you guys do over there. If you want to find out more about the league, where do they go?
They go to www.cora-racing.com.
Cora-racing.com to find out anything you want to know about the Championship Online Racing Association and the Sunday Money Series. Coming up, we will be back next Sunday night, November 10th, for the Hurley Property Management South Boston 150 with Legends cars, and then on November 24th, it is the final race to get into the chase. It's the Cora Daytona 250 with the trucks before we get into our 3-race chase for the Sunday Money Cup. And that will conclude our broadcast for this evening. On behalf of our entire broadcast team, our producer and camera operator, Laura Lawson, my new cohort in crime, and potentially new voice here on ETV Live, Alan Larson. I am Joe Cortez, congratulating Eric Davis once again on a big finish here at Cora Indy at the Glen. We'll see you in 1 week's time when we go racing from South Boston for the Hurley Property Management South Boston 150 in the Legends cars. Good night, everybody.